Yeah, good, great. And thank you, Michelin, for your introduction and all you've done for bringing diversity more into the society. It's really good to raise those points in your presidency. So, hello, it's fantastic to be here with you. As Michelin said, I'm Julia Hanmer. I'm Chief Executive of BSBI. I'm going to give you an update on BSBI's projects and our plans here in Scotland and beyond. So I want to put these in the context of our strategy, which we have been reviewing and looking forward over our priorities for the next 3 years. And I want to give you the updates in terms of the priorities we have for the next 3 years. But I also wanted to illustrate it with this talk with some of the fabulous photos we've got from the photo competition. So you will see some of those interspersed throughout the talk as well. And our first goal in our strategy is all about inspiring and building the botanical community. That's all of you and all of the people out there who can join the community and making sure that we have the right skill base for that community. So our priorities here, one priority is to make sure that botany is more accessible by engaging a broader community and reducing barriers to participation. And a great illustration of that has been the project that Matt, our Scotland officer, has been involved in this year, the Eco Museum project, which is a partnership project that launched in April. And Matt has led 9 guided walks for non-botanists and with an interest in their local landscape and in local industrial landscape, sharing stories about plants. And it's had fabulous feedback. And I think the demand for this sort of thing is illustrated by the project website has had 23,000 views since the project was launched in April, which is really nice to hear that the demand for this sort of activity. We've also got some great plant records out of this project. So Matt and our county recorders have been visiting sites in advance of some of the events and have found some brilliant plant records as a result of that. Another priority within the supporting the botanical community is all about delivering opportunities for learning and broadening out those opportunities across different skill levels. So whatever level of skills you have in plant identification and recording and across the different types of groups of plants as well. And we're so fortunate here in Scotland in having experts leading training and workshops for us at all sorts of different levels. So we've had a hawkweed hunt led by Tim Rich. We've had Alchemilla workshop with Mark Lyons and others. Mark's the referee for Alchemilla. We've had further Scottish Brambles workshops with Angus Hanna. But we've also had the work of our Scottish Outreach Committee, which is a fantastic group of people who are leading field events and workshops for beginner botanists and getting them involved in plant identification. And also Faith Anstey has done a training for trainers workshop this year as well. So thanks so much for all you do to help improve the breadth of our training and outreach. We're also trying to meet the demand for beginners in serious botany to move up their skills, and we're doing that through Identiplant. So this is our course with modules and practical work through the field season, and you can sign up for it at this time of year, and it's done in the next year through the field season and be supported by a tutor. And this year in Scotland, we've had 39 students undertake the Identiplant course with 12 tutors. And that's out of 292 students overall across Britain and Ireland and 66 tutors. We've also had our first student and tutor get together, together with our partners, TCV in Scotland. And we've got a new online learning platform, which we call Capsella, which has been brilliant for being able to show, to monitor how students are participating in the course and how the tutors are participating in the course through the field season. So we need more tutors. We would love to have more Scottish tutors, so do get in touch with Matt if you're interested in that. Each year we have people left on the waiting list because we don't have enough tutors, and we're also going to trial a self-led foundation course for those left on the waiting list in 2025 and see how that goes. Other opportunities for learning this winter. I'm really pleased that we've got a new online webinar series thanks to funding from the Department of Agriculture and Environment and Rural Affairs in Northern Ireland for our Botanical Skills project. So we've got webinars throughout November to February on, again, across the skills spectrum. So we've got things for Equisetum, Dryopteris, Cotoneasters for beginners, Rubus, but we've also got beginner-focused workshops in those webinars. So do have a look at that series and sign up for them. So that's a bit about supporting the community of botanists in terms of skills, but then our second goal is about high-quality data and interpretation, providing that data to address key environmental issues. And here our priorities are about the evidence, the state of our flora, and the impact of that evidence on conservation, on the ground, and on land use management. So I think these photos here just illustrate beautifully the highs and lows of the people behind the recording, and the importance of the people collecting that evidence and data. And I'm just going to give 3 examples of some work that we're doing to support the people behind the data here. First of all is in technology, new technology. We have been developing and testing and are now rolling out widely our BSBI recording app. And this is a way to easily submit records to our plant distribution database. And it can be used on a mobile device in the field, or you can use it when you get back to your laptop or your desktop for upload of records in a tabular format as well. And we've also been developing the guidance for using it. So there's a lot of guidance now on our documentation website. And James Drever and Tom Humphrey from BSBI are here to do a workshop as well today on how to use our recording app. So far, we've had a really good response. We've had 121,000 records already submitted through the app, 23,000 of those in Scotland. So it's really good to see that. Another way we're supporting the recording community is through data skills. And we are developing skills and training and guidance around data skills. And that, again, is on our plant, on our documentation website and the training that we're doing. Now, I want to just briefly mention MapMate in that the recording software that many of our recorders are using. The founder of that is winding up. He's just announced he's going to be winding up support for that. But don't worry, you can continue to use it for now, and we will provide you with support in the transition to other types of packages and the recording app and using the DDB and other types of mapping. So we've got a lot of tools and guidance, and do sign up for our Recorder e-newsletter to find out more. The other thing we're doing in supporting recorders is a face-to-face support. And this is where Matt has been doing a brilliant job of meeting face-to-face with our amazing county recorders. Met with 21 over the field season, done an in-person training, and done some supporting and managing of botanical requests and legacies with you as well. We're hunting for more people to join the county recording teams. We would love for volunteers at all sorts of different levels, whether you want to be a co-VCR or join the VCR team as maybe verifying some of the records or helping with events. Do talk to Matt if you'd like to find out more. And then how are we using the data for impact? Well, we are developing heat maps, and we developed this approach in England with Natural England. And you can see one of our English heat maps there. And we're now, this year, we've been working, thanks to funding with NatureScot, to develop the approach in Scotland as well. And our Plant Atlas 2020 showed how one of the fastest spreading species is Sitka spruce. We know it's impacting habitats, and heat maps are a way of using our data to protect some of those habitats by really highlighting where the precious habitats are. A second way we're looking at impact is looking at monitoring of protected sites in Scotland. And we've been using BSBI data, again, with some work with NatureScot to identify gaps in monitoring, doing a data gap analysis and looking at, we'll publish the findings of that in BSBI News soon. A brief look at our science plans. So we are, in our science strategy, we're looking to do more on montane plants in Scotland, rarer Scottish montane species that are too rare for atlas style trends. We're doing some analysis and thinking of how we can do more there. We'd like to repeat the local change survey, and we have a new phenology survey that we hope to roll out soon, which is a standard walk based on the New Year plant hunt methodology, but every month, and looking at the floral resource that's available every month. And we hope to get funding to roll that out wider. That's our science work. Very briefly, our third goal is raising the profile of plants and botany. And here, it's all about making the most of the impact of our resources and our assets, particularly Plant Atlas 2020. We had an amazing event at Scottish Parliament introducing MSPs to the Atlas, to the findings of the Atlas, and showing them how that data can really underpin environmental policy targets. We are going forward, we're going to redevelop our website to make it more user-friendly, and we have some new handbooks coming up on Scottish brambles and on roses. It's also really important that we continue to develop as an organisation, and so we have reviewed our governance arrangements, and we have published a governance handbook which explains all about how our committees work, how the roles in the society work, how we work together in a joined up way across the society. And at the Scotland AGM after this, we'll be reviewing the constitution of the Committee for Scotland, which we've looked at all the constitutions and want to review them to bring them up to date with our latest governance arrangements. This has been a hugely quick whistle-stop tour through some of our work and updates against our strategic plans. I just wanted to say a huge thank you for all you do, all of our members, our supporters, our partners and funders. There's so much I'm learning all the time about everything that we do. I've been with the organisation 3.5 years now, and I still am finding more and more things that our members are doing all the time. It really is inspiring and amazing. So thank you very much for all you do. Thank you.